All right, let's start. Hello, dear colleagues. I'm Altug, and I am the Technical and Operations Manager at Prota Software. Well, thank you very much for joining me today in this webinar. Today's agenda is all about ProtaDetails, actually. But before that, please allow me to brief you about Prota first. Prota was founded in 1985. It's now a leading global software development, engineering, and consultancy group with a specialized professional approach to project design. The Prota Group comprises of 6 companies. We are here representing Prota Software, the engineering software developer of Prota Group. As Prota Software, we develop civil engineering software solutions like ProtaStructure, ProtaDetails, and ProtaBIM. Prota first introduced well-known Orion for RC buildings in 1987, and now has a team of 40 dedicated development professionals who are backed up with leading academics. Prota Computer is the reseller company of Prota in Turkey. The company has over 70 employees and is the largest platinum partner of Autodesk company in Middle East and Eastern Europe. Prota Computer is a direct provider, trusted advisor, and training center for multidisciplinary technical software and BIM solutions such as AutoCAD, ProtaStructure, and Adobe. Prota Engineering is one of the largest and the most prestigious engineering and consultancy firms in the Middle East region, completed more than 1,000 projects around the world. We are an expanding company and growing every year. Today, we operate with more than 15 offices located in Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Poland, and Turkey. We are planning to open up another office in Berlin, Germany in 2020 to increase our services in Western Europe as well. Besides our regional offices, we support our customers and provide services through our channel partners. We have 16 partners in Europe, Africa, Middle East, South America, and Southeast Asia. Here's a quick summary of our journey. Prota was established in 1985. Our first software technology, Orion, started being distributed in 1995. In 2000, we have become a global software business company. In 2008, we have introduced first BIM links with Autodesk Revit. In 2013, Prota Asia was opened to give direct support and training to our clients in Southeast Asia. In 2018, we introduced our steel detailing module, Prota Steel. Lastly, in 2019, we opened our Europe headquarters in Warsaw, Poland, Prota Polska. Prota Engineering's field of services extend from building design to transportation. Here are some of Prota Engineering's important projects references around the world. You can see, like the new Istanbul Airport, the Warsaw Metro line. Prota Software is the software developer company of Prota. Here you see our latest technology solutions we offer for the market. ProtaStructure is for modeling, analysis, and design of your structures. ProtaDetails is for your automated detail drawings. It includes intelligent rebars and design libraries such as retaining walls, scaffold design, and detailing. ProtaStay is our latest technology for your steel detailing and connection design of your structures. It's a very powerful tool with drawings and design reports. And finally, ProtaBIM is our BIM tool to bidirectionally link your models with other BIM platforms like Autodesk Revit. ProtaStructure is the focused structural BIM design solution of Prota. Some of the capabilities are flexible 2D and 3D modeling, multi-material modeling with physical objects, analysis and design, detailed design to international seismic and design codes, full design reporting and quantity takeoff, and much more. Main core competencies of ProtaStructure are ease of use, fast modeling, and maximum productivity. Some delivered projects with ProtaStructure in London, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, you can see here. Large-scale projects are continuously being delivered using ProtaStructure suite, like this one in Cambodia. These are other interesting projects delivered by our clients in Asia. Here are some other projects designed with ProtaStructure by our valuable clients around the world. But several hospitals in Turkey were also designed with ProtaStructure. These are seismically isolated hospitals. ProtaStructure is a very good support for seismic isolation design. And these are international airports and terminals in Egypt, Kosovo, Russia, and Turkey delivered with ProtaStructure. Well, today's webinar is about ProtaDetails. We will go over automated detail generation, CAD capabilities of ProtaDetails, user-defined sheets with custom title block, interactive manual detail generation, detailing of custom formwork with intelligent parametric rebars, macro library components. Before starting, let's briefly explain what ProtaDetails were actually made for. ProtaDetails is a combination of engineering and detailing tools developed on top of a CAD infrastructure. So first, it's actually a CAD software in the core, but it also allows you to create and organize all structural concrete detail drawings in one go. It also offers design and detailing macros along with intelligent parametric rebar generation system. Okay, let's see it in action. I'll start live demonstration now. Well, I have completed all my work in ProtaStructure, and now my model is designed and ready for the next stage. When I open ProtaDetails, it welcomes me and asks how would I want to proceed. We have two options here, both of which I will demonstrate today. First, I want to generate all my detailed drawings automatically with this option. I will create all details for all the stories in my model. For form plans, I don't want column application for detailing for now. I'm all satisfied with the settings. I just simply click the draw button and show an insertion point on the screen. But now all your detailed drawings are being generated and placed inside your sheets. Well, you can create your own sheets according to your company standards and to the requirements of different approval authorities. Actually, this is what I'd like to demonstrate next in this webinar. Well, it's done. But you have just saved hours of detailing work in like 15 seconds or 20 seconds, right? This is a fantastic feature. Well, you click on a button and all your drawings are laying out in front of you. Well, let's take a quick look at what we have produced here. Here are my form plans. This is the foundation story plan, key plan here. And by the way, these are all placed on the sheet very neatly, and along with, of course, the quantity takeoff and model information and a lot more information on the sheet. Here's my first story. Well, by the way, these are not just plain lines, text, etc. These are intelligent drawings. But what do we mean by intelligent drawings? When I select the column here, actually it's not just polyline or text or hatch objects, but it's actually an intelligent column object. So if you want to change any property of this column, you can do it via the user interface here, parametrically. This applies for all the entities in this drawing, especially for the rebars, because we know that rebars are very hard to tackle with. So we have a lot of tools to make your life easy with the rebar detail, concrete detailing here. Well, let's see what we are doing with shear wall elevations. This is a merged core wall. Well, level of detail is very high in column and shear wall elevations. Core wall details are generated with high precision, so you don't need to edit them manually, and this will save you a lot of time. ProtaDetails can draw non-orthogonal shear walls as well, and shear wall holes are displayed in elevations, detail sections here, and of course the schedules along with the required rebars. So you don't need to worry about the code compliant hole detailing here. You see that we have hidden beams and columns approach to the hole, but there are of course different options to further customize this. And these are of course again all intelligent rebars, all connected to each other, and they are dynamic. Here you can see the holes again. Well, in the column sketches here, you can see that the columns are grouped throughout the stories, and the stories, and also inside the stories as well here. This saves more space, particularly in larger projects, larger scale projects. Oh, for the column elevations, of course, we have the column elevations here. They are laid out neatly as well. Confinement regions here, as you see, are detailed according to the code provisions. Some design codes require you to lap longitudinal bars at the midspan. This is also possible with ProtaDetails. And in this case, additional confinement regions are automatically created for midspan bar laps, all according to the selected code provisions, of course. And you can see that the slanting columns are detailed precisely as well. And the details like the beams coming from the other directions are all placed well. Well, let's see how we are doing with the beam elevations here. You can see that no clashing in beam details either. Well, I have preferred to truncate my beam elevations from the closest axis, like this one, from the sheet border. They look very neat inside the sheet, but I could have, there are many options here as well. I could have truncated them from the sheet border directly, not from the axis as well. And as I said, this is a dynamic drawing, and the quantity takeoff is dynamic as well. Let's say we have a total for this sheet, for example, we have a total weight of this much. Okay, but what happens if I had to change my model? But you just made a simple change like this, like the diameter of this bar. Okay, I don't want to change everything. I don't want to do all my detailing from scratch, but I have to update my quantity takeoff, right? Manually, it would be a very hard process, but when you change diameter, since it's linked dynamically, you can see that the total weight is updated immediately here. Well, of course, there are a lot more to talk about, and these are my pad footing details. These are the pie cap details. They are very detailed, very precise, as you can see. Well, of course, there are a lot more to talk about here, but I would like to show you how you can lay out user-defined title blocks, how you can lay out all your detailed drawings inside user-defined title block and custom sheets. Okay, for this purpose, I will just open a new drawing here. Okay, since this is an MDI application, so you can open up as many drawings as you wish, and they are all saved along with the project here. I have shown the sheets. I have selected the sheets before, but what if I want to make my own sheet, my own user-defined custom title block? For this, I will open a drawing file first. I will go to the Prota library. You can do this. You can do this from scratch, but I will prefer to, for the sake of speed here, I will prefer to start from an existing sheet that is available in the Prota library. Okay, I open up this sheet over here, and I see that I have an existing title block here. I'm not satisfied with this. Let's say I would like to add some revision, more revision table here. This is a CAD environment, so and it's supported by a command line. So whenever I start typing on my keyboard, the command suggestions appear. Okay, I will use the line command. From here, I will go all the way down here, and I will use copy command to copy this multiple times, maybe. And I will, okay, this is my revision here, and maybe here as well. I will change them. Okay, let's edit this text. It's revision. All right, and there are many fields that are defined by the keyword tags. like the project title, sheet name, etc. In order to make your own sheet, you need to place these keywords inside your sheet to make it dynamic. Like this one here, you can see all the keywords in this interface. And I will take the revision note keyword from here. Okay, and if I put the keyword over here, and whenever I make a revision inside the project header, it will be seen, updated inside the project sheets. Okay, all the sheets will be updated. But what if I would like to add an image, my company logo, inside the sheet as well? I just call the image command and select my company logo and place it somewhere here. Of course, I need a scaling here, so I call the scale command. Select this, select the base point, just like you do in any other CAD software. All the features, CAD features that you need actually. I will scale this 100 times. Okay, let's move it. Move this a little bit closer to border. Okay, so I would like to fit all my form plans inside this sheet at once. So I like to stretch this further. Okay, now this is a very long sheet that I have created. I need to export this as a DXF file to be able to use it dynamically. Just export it. And as soon as the export is complete, it prompts the folder location. So let's change it to Prota custom sheet, rename it. And of course, to be able to the ProtaDetails to see this sheet, you need to place it under the sheets here. Okay, now it should be available. Okay, I just close this window and I will open up a new drawing here now. Oh, sorry. I will open up a new drawing here. Well, now I will draw all the form works of this project on the sheet that I have just created. Okay, for this, I just right-click. I'm using the structure tree over here. I right-click, I select the draw form plans, but this time I just change the sheet to the new one that I have just created. It's immediately available, as you can see, and I have entered the prefix here. And I said, okay, and just like this, I click draw and pick an insertion point, of course. And it's all the form plans are laid out inside one sheet. And of course, all the quantity takeoff is ready for all the form plans inside my of my project. As you can see, this is all here, and the revision tag that I have entered has just been updated here. And whenever, as I said, whenever you want, you can always open up the project header and change anything that you have entered before. Like the revision, I can make the revision 2, or I can change it to Prota, for example, when I click OK, and they're all updated. The revision is updated here, as you can see. But there are a lot of enhancement features that you can apply to your dynamic drawing, such as the form sections, for example. I call the form section command. They are all available in the menu, drop-down menu, of course, as well. I have many options here. I will just continue with the defaults. I select 2 points from left to right for a horizontal section here, and I would like to place it to a very correct position. So I use the extension OSNAP property here, and my section is ready along with the rebar sections, all the rebars that are laid out here. Well, you can, by the way, you can create the stand rebars for mat foundations or any type of slabs. You just select the foundation and right-click, draw stand rebar, stand bar, and I enter, for example, I want 2 bars per meter square. I click OK, and it calculates all the required number of stamp bars here. I can, of course, use the dimensions menu. All the CAD standard CAD dimensions are available, but we have also automatic dimensioning here. Just like the section, I cut the form plane, key plane here, and show an insertion point, and decide which type of elements I would like to dimension. I don't want a total dimension, and they are immediately available for you. Well, let's see how we can do with manual insertion of shear walls and column elevations. For this purpose, I will first create the sheets and then place the elevations one by one on them. So I call the sheet command. All the sheets in my directory are available, as you can see, but this time I will use A0. I will create 2 sheets, so they will be their labeling will be following each other. Here, all elevations, for example, just insert them. I have 2 sheets over here. So let's open up the column elevation drawings. First, using the 1 by 1 option on the right-click menu here, I will place all the column elevations here. You see that as soon as I insert an elevation, the next one in the queue comes at the tip of the cursor, so that you can continue and place them manually as you go. Well, this is a very good option, but we know that showing the elevation story by story is not always enough. It is usually better to see how the column is detailed through the stories. How are the rebars doing while column section changes, right? You can prepare column elevations through story as well. So I select right-click here, select the through stories option, maybe just 4 stories, get it. And well, you can see that as the column changes, the longitudinal rebars were adjusted, and of course the confinement regions as well were adjusted according to the section change. And this is following the code provisions, I must say. It satisfied the conditions to 1 to 6 for this code actually, so it can enter, but otherwise it would be just bent into the column. Excuse me. This also handles the slanting columns. For example, it's the slanting column over here, and it's detailed precisely, as you can see. And there are many more options for column detailing, beam detailing, for all type of detailings, and you can they are available under a single options interface. And you can even search for the options that you are looking for. And for the columns, as I said, the longitudinal bar lap positions for them to be in the mid span separate is available separated for shear walls and columns. The bend bob control, bending of bar control for elevations, shear wall openings, etc. There are many options that you can customize your details here. Well, furthermore, actually, you can even see the elevations of columns supported by shear walls. So let's see such a case here. Through the stories, I will detail this, show the elevations of this shear wall through the stories, and you can see that the details, the rebars are bent from the shear wall are bent into the column correctly, and the ones that cannot, cannot be bent into the column. They are just bent over here inside the shear wall. Well, let's prepare the beam elevations. Again, we call create another sheet over here. Okay, it's a single one. And let's create the beam elevations manually as well. Close. By the way, as you go with the insertion of the details, you can see that the program shows you if they are inserted or how many times they are inserted on the sheet as well. Let's create the story elevations. So here, maybe I have a short sheet and I would like to use it. but my beam axis, beam elevation axis is very long, like this one here. I just double clicked and I insert it here, but it's extending beyond the sheet. I have a solution for this as well. I just call the crop beam elevation command. As I said, they are all available under this menu, but I find it very easy to just use the command line, beam elevation command, and select the border, crop, and I can do this. I can do this several times over and over for a single, for the same beam elevation as well. So that this saves you a lot of space, as you can imagine. Well, just remember that. Let's see what we have just produced here. Again, in a couple of minutes, we have produced manually and interactively all our detailed drawings. Well, just remember that you could have done all this work automatically, like we had in the beginning, but you have much more control when you lay out your details manually this way. So you have more freedom to organize your spacings on your drawings. Well, there are like 100 more functionality about automated and interactive detail drawings, of course, again, but I have to leave it for now, here for now. I will open a new drawing inside this project again to show you how we can do with intelligent parametric rebars. Well, I can bring outside external drawing files inside a project in the ProtaDetails. For this purpose, I will go an existing drawing again. This is a plain AutoCAD drawing actually that I have exported before. I just select this. Actually, this is a real-life project that I have completed using ProtaStructure, and the detailing were done in ProtaDetails. I'd like to show you how I made use of parametric rebars available in ProtaDetails using this file. Well, this is a pumping station. Actually, this is the architectural view, and this is, as you can see, this is a very custom formwork, and we will detail this now. And this is the output of ProtaStructure plus ProtaDetails, ProtaDetail output of the ProtaStructure model. Actually, these are all coming up from the ProtaDetails automatically. But I couldn't complete this part automatically. Of course, this is a very custom formwork. What can I do? ProtaDetails still can help you with this. Okay, we have a copy of longitudinal and transverse direction sections of a single block here. All right. So I will use the insert to formwork command here. Let's have a diameter of 12 here. So what I do is I just simply start picking lines, the formwork boundaries. Okay. I would like to have cover at the end, and maybe at the beginning I would like to extend this further beyond. I don't know, maybe this much, or maybe 1500 millimeters. Okay, this is good enough. Select OK. I will do the same for the bottom bar here. And okay, I can of course reposition all my labels. Oh, sorry. So again. All right, I will this time. I will do this time. I don't want any coverage here. I will just cut it over there. Of course. Okay, done. And I can move away the label, and I would like to do the same here. I will use the coverage. Okay, this is too much. Let's use. By the way, if I change the diameter, according to the code provisions that you supplied, your selected code, the anchorage and lap lengths are calculated automatically. As you can see, as I move my cursor, it updates automatically. So I would like to see, yes, this is according to my code provision, and I'm done here. Okay, I will move away the label, and you can see that label is smart. Whenever you move it around, it actually finds which way it should stay. Okay, let's repeat the command. Okay, this one is ready as well. And as you can see, this is the transfer section of this section. Actually, I will have rebars from the other direction, of course, as well. Just like this, and bottom bar. Okay, let's keep it from the cover. Okay. All right, it's ready. Yeah, here we go. But the problem here, as you can see, we haven't calculated the quantities. Well, I don't have to do it manually. Instead, I have the rebar, insert rebar section. So I show this rebar on the other direction of that same rebar, and I update the calculated quantity over here, and I just show the label, and it's calculated with this spacing. It has we can place 23 rebars here, and you can see that the actual rebar elevation is updated. The quantity is updated. They are dynamically linked now. I will do the same for this one. I will start from here, right down here, and I will update the quantities. You see, this one is updated as well. For these ones, I will use another approach. I will place them using 4 points. Okay. As soon as I selected this, the rebar, another rebar interface here, which all the parameters can be defined parametrically. There's a huge library of rebar shapes here. I will just use a U bar shape, and as you can see, you can enter the parameters here actually, or what you can do is you can simply select from here to here, and the boundary will be from here to here. And similarly, I will do the other direction from here. Anyways, here to here. Well, I have placed my rebars inside. Since I have shown the extent of them, actually they are calculated. They calculated the quantities correctly. But I would like to show these on the other direction rebars. And since I have updated, I have changed the extension, the span lengths of this rebar. The span lengths are updated automatically. Okay, the quantity has changed, and since I have shown this rebar lies along this in this span, it updated the span line automatically as well. Okay, I will do the same for the other one. Okay, this time maybe. Oh, I select the bad position. Sorry for this. Just do it like this. Okay. This time the span is different, of course. Take the quantity, and it's ready as well. Of course, the other one is has modified itself accordingly. There's something missing here, and it's the tie bars. So I will use a batch tie bar, and I will select an S-shaped tie bar here. I'm not changing any of the other properties. This is very flexible, but just to be quick, I don't want to go into details of this. I just select two section bars here, and it binds them with the tie bars automatically. Okay, so this is okay. As I said, there are many different ways to create rebars inside ProtaDetails. Sorry. Another way is here, how can I create a closed link here? It's very easy as well. I will just I will just call the offset command, and I will enter the concrete cover distance. I will select my polyline here, single offset, and show it. Now I have a polyline here, right? I will call the converter rebar command, maybe 10. I just select this one, and it's converted to a rebar. Of course, I don't like the labeling here, so I just label leader from on bar to with arrow. So it updates the label leader, and of course I can move it around, and it's ready. You see, and of course this is parametric now. You can change any property here, any of these fields here, and maybe from this section I have another one here. Maybe for the sake of I can just quickly show you. Actually, you can enter, you can show these rebars on a closed link as well. So here, all the way down to here, update the quantity. Here you go. Well, we have created this very custom formwork in just like 5 or 10 minutes, I don't know. But of course, the best part is that you can quantify all of these work with just a single command. I just call the quantity table command and select the field in the arena, and they are all quantified correctly and dynamically. By the way, they are not quantified multiple times, because the program knows that they are views of each other. For example, this rebar is a view of this rebar, so they are all assigned the same bar mark, and they are correctly quantified in the quantity table. Well, this is very life-saving, as you can see. But I would like to talk about another life-saving feature of ProtaDetails. Well, we know that you have a lot of drawing files lying around without any sign of life. I mean, those drawings are usually a bunch of DWG files with polylines and text representing rebars. You have to use Excel sheets and manual calculations to measure the quantity, right? Well, the worst part comes when you have to revise these drawings. Then you have to deal with changing bar marks, and a never-ending quantity takeoff update story starts. Well, we have a solution for that. Let me open such a DWG file first. I'm just going to create another drawing, and I will open another file here. This is such a file. As I use with the other one, I will call the converter rebar here. Okay, I see that this is a 32 bar. I just select from the diameters it's 32 and spacing is 200. Just okay, and quantity is 10, right? Okay, I just simply click it, and it's now an actual rebar. Of course, I need to change the quantities, etc. But I just need to enter the spacing, diameter, and quantities. Let me do the same for this vertical bars as well. You just need to update the quantities. They are all converted to actual intelligent rebars. And again, of course, the best part is to be able to quantify them dynamically. Again, you see, now you can take quantity takeoff. Well, we know that you are not always dealing with buildings, but other types of structured components as well. We want to make your life easier. We have a design, and we have these design and detailing libraries for this purpose. I would like to start with cantilever retaining wall macro here. Well, I can confidently say that our retaining wall macro is one of the most comprehensive solutions for retaining wall design and detailing in the market. Well, load combinations, ultimate limit states, and partial safety factors, they're all taken automatically into consideration. You can add shelves, and you can see the guidelines for a more economical design for the shelves, and you can adjust the front fill and back fill separately. And the best part, actually, you can modify your design with according to the different effects. For example, you can change for a more economical design. Again, you can change number of top rebars layers, especially if you have a longer stem. You're going to need this. And it supports all the approaches of American and Euro codes. Like you know that there are 3 different approaches in Euro codes, etc. And the best part is it's very transparent. Actually, you can see all the intermediate steps of calculation of design. And you can dig into the analysis type results, different analysis type results, etc. here. And the total failure can be calculated according to Felenius and Bishop methods. And when you come to design, you can again dig into the very detail of the design. It's done according to the sections that we take from the critical points. And you can further manually change the rebars that are coming from the design. They are automatically updated. And of course, you can get the report when you are satisfied with the design. You get the report, and this report actually is attached at the end of your model report, that this project is that this project models back. Okay, so I created this model. Now it's when I'm done with the report, I prepare the drawings, and again this details, the drawings is dynamic. These are intelligent rebars. They are all dynamic. You can change anything, or you can parametrically edit the retaining wall from the same interface as well. Well, all the reports, as I said, that you create in the design library tools can be seen in the design report manager and added at the end of the other reports that are coming from this model from Prota structure. Okay, let me briefly talk about the pile design. Maybe I have some Whaler beams. I can have different section types. I can with this macro you can design. You can calculate working load and lateral analysis. You can perform lateral analysis as well. You just enter the soil profile, or even you can import it from an Excel file. Well, you need to enter, of course, the standard penetration test results. Negative skin friction is even taken into account, and there are all the necessary soil models are available to you for a better soil modeling here. When I'm done, I just calculate, design the pile section, and all the results are diagrammatically presented. And again, of course, I can take the reports, and when I'm done, I just pick a position on the screen, on the arena, and it's all detailed neatly again. I'm not going through all of the other macros. I don't have time for this. But you should just know that the steel facet scaffold is available. Corbel design is available. Let's make a double Corbel design here according to ACI. Place it over here. And stairs macro, we have a design and detailing of stairs macro. But let me briefly show you the engineering utilities. Well, as civil engineers, we need some basic but fundamental tools, right? They are the ones that we have to use to achieve more complex tasks. We had this idea in mind while creating these engineering utilities. You can calculate the cover and anchorage for different element types, and of course for different code provisions, concrete code provisions. You can calculate similarly the hook length. You can calculate the rebar area required, rebar area, or required from the required steel area. You can select automatically the rebars with the spacing. You can make unit conversions. All the engineering units are available here, and the simple beam analysis tool is provided here as well for different type of simple beams. You can use point loads, uniform distributed loads, and the results are immediately available here. And we even added some hydraulics macros like uniform flow depth and gradually varied flow. Well, that's actually all that I can cover in the course of this webinar as a live demo. Well, as we see, automated detail drawing software projects, we've seen that we create form plans, column applications, column schedules, beam elevations, beam schedule. I couldn't have time to show this one actually, and foundation footing details. And we've seen that precision detailing of columns or shear walls are available inside ProtaDetails. And of course, interactive detailing is a very good feature. You can enrich your drawings with manual editing options like cutting left sections. You can get the vertical member rebar elevations altogether. I haven't shown this one again, sorry. And you can create your own custom title blocks like this one. Well, again, ProtaDetails is a full-featured CAD tool. Okay, well, plus intelligent objects. So you can create rebar objects intuitively, convert polylines to intelligent rebars, quantify all rebars, links, tie bars, and mesh steel with complete shape forms. And you can, of course, make use of under-reader functionality on any operation here. And with the component design library, we have the stair component design, corbel design, engineering utils library, and I haven't shown the component detailing library, but you can detail path footings on the component detailing part. You can detail, create formworks of pit foundations, culverts, etc. Well, what is our biggest advantage? It's Prota, our biggest advantage compared to any other solution on the market is that we offer a comprehensive solution for our clients. With ProtaStructure, you can design model buildings, then perform automated steel and reinforced concrete detailing with ProtaSteel and ProtaDetails. You can also coordinate your model with leading BIM players with ProtaBIM. In other words, you invest in a single package and own all these technologies at once. Well, we hope you like what we covered today. We are a leader in BIM technology and investing significantly in developments. And please stay tuned for more Prota webinars coming your way. You can see some of them here. And especially, I would like to stress 24th of June. This is a very huge date for us. Actually, something very special is coming. Please stay tuned for this. Thank you for your attendance and support today. For our users, please continue to contact us through your local support channel with questions. We love hearing from you, really. For those new to ProtaStructure, you are asking questions from the panel as well. Please email us at globalsales@protasoftware.com or asiasays@protasoftware.com and for a quotation, or you can reach us through the protasoftware.com website. And if you want to continually hear about our updates and events, you can follow us on social media and subscribe to our news channel. But thank you very much. A big thank you from the Prota team. See you next time.